Alright, Chapter 7, Writing Text. You will learn in this chapter how to write using single line and multiple line text, how to edit the text box. Write text using single line with a command will create the line with the text, each line with an independent object to issue the command with a note tab with the locator of the text panel with a click of the single line tab button. Or just text as a command line. You will see the following prompt with the command text, same with the text height is 0.2, annotative, not just left of it. No, justify left, starting special point for the text, justify styles, rotation angle with the text. First prompts are giving you some of the information about the current setting of the report, show with the current style, and for example, the same with the current height, with example, the 0.2 with the web with the text, the annotative with the not with the justification on with the text. Or the first prompt will you change with the current justification, discover the multiple line text settings, style settings of the typing J or S. You just specify the starting point with the baseline with the text, with the specifying rotation angle. The default is 0. Once you press the enter, you will see with the blinking cursor on the screen ready for you to type any text you want. Finish aim with the line, pressing enter for the end of the command with the enter twice. Another way to set with the current text style is the annotative tab. This is located with the text panel on the top of the right with the current text style with the chain with the aim with the direct desired text styles. Practice. Writing text using multiple line text. This command will enable you to type of MS Word similar environment to the issue of the command with the annotate tab located with the text panel. Click on the multiple line text button or M text of the command line. You will see something like the following command window: current text new layer TNR underscore 05 text height 0.5 to annotate and specify the first corner, opposite corner height, justify the line space with the rotation style and width. First prompt is giving you some of the information current setting of the report, show with the current style and or example the TNR underscore S or 005 with the current height and example the 0.5 web of the text as annotated or not. You will need to specify an area in the write-in as afterwards the cursor will change. At the command window, you will see the following prompt. The first corner, you will see something like the following. At the command window, you will see the following prompt. The opposite corner with the height, justify line space for the rotation style, width, and column. Specify the other corner, select the option according to the text editor with the ruler will appear. The Autocad will show with the context tab of the text editor, which will look like the following. The panel will allow to do lots of things. Here's a list of panels available. Style panel below with the picture style panel. Leave the style panel select with the current text style with the we want. You with the height with the value with the overwrite the style text style height. Be careful. You check with the background mask and select the task. You will see the following dialog: background mask, border, offset factor, filler, color. You for the draw background in red. Following format panel. Below is picture format, ring panel, show the match bold, italic, cross out, under the overscore, Arial, by layer, and then dimensions. Formatting panel do all the following: match selected text private, apply them to other text of the page chain, making bold, italic, underline, overlined, and strike through chain front and color and select with the text. Change selected text to subscript or superscript or subscript. Change capital letters to small letters, vice versa. Change the texting formatting. Change the oblique angle. Select the texting. Change the tracking. The increase the degrees of the space between the layers. If the value is greater than 1, there will be the more space between the layers, vice versa. Change the width factor for the paragraph panel. And below the picture paragraph panel justification, bullets, numbers, line spacing, justification. Use paragraph panel to do over the following. Use the change with the justification text related with the text area. Select by choosing one of the following options. And then you have top left, center, top right, middle right, left and center, bottom left, center, and right. Below is the illustration 9 points available related to the area. Change the text number to bullet numbers. There are 3 choices listed with the number, letter, and bulleted. And then it shows the options there. Change the line spacing on the paragraph choices as below. 1.0, 1.5, 2 times 2.5 or more. Change the horizontal justification using 6 buttons as shown. Insertion panel below is a picture of the insertion panel, column, symbol, the field. Within the insertion panel, you do have the following selected for text to 2 columns or more. Click with the columns button to the following menu will appear. Auto height, manual height. The dynamic columns will show whether the Autocad will specify the height. Auto height will you want with the height to manual height. If you want static columns, select with the static columns option, specify the number of the columns. Select the insert column break out, enter option, insert for the column break out of the center line, certain line, which means the rest of the column will go to the next column. Select with the column setting option, show the column setting dialog box, which will allow you to do all the above settings. as well as the column width of the gutter ends and distances, and show the column type of the dynamic auto manual static no columns, column numbered width, column gutter total height. The examples of the columns and the symbol of the added specific characteristics your text even not available to the keyboard. You will see with the 20 available symbols. You can go to symbol and you can probably pick out like your copyright and stuff like that. Spell checking panel below with the picture, spell check panel, ABC, spell check, edit dictionary. As long as the text editor with the spell check button on them is misspelled words, a dotted red line will appear underneath them as well with the following example. Check for the suggestion the correct word, move the word to the right, move it to the word, right click, you will see something like the following. So the edit dictionaries, which will be enabled to select another dictionary other than the default. Tool panels below is a picture of the tool panel. Tool panels you can do over the following: find and replace the searching word for the other, replace it with another word. See with the following dialog box. Show the find and replace, find what, replace match case, the whole words only, wildcards, match diatrics, half and full width forms. Find next, replace all and close. Import text button with import text and text files. Auto caps button, right to write in text editor using cap letters. Option panel. Below is a picture option panel. More rulers, undo, redo. Options can do all the following: change character section, remove formatting. Select text change, change the editor setting, getting more help with multiple line text. Show the more character section, remove the heading, editing section help. Show the ruler, default is and display to hide it, undo, redo, text actions. Close panel, below is a picture of a close panel contained with a single button with the close of the text editor. The consequences of the text editor context tab with all its panels, it will close. Alright, while you're in the text editor, the text editor, you can do the following things. You can use the ruler, first line with indent, with the paragraph with indent, with the first line indent, and the paragraph with indent. Right click, you'll see the following menu with include the function with the discuss below with the how with the reach command, you with the panel with the buttons and its method, and then show you can change the width and the heights using the following controls. Practice 7.2. Text editing. There's several ways to edit text, such as with the double clicking with the click the property with the properties and using grip. With the double click text with the edit with the text with the single line tap with the multiple text. Similarly, double click with the and if the single line text, you will see with the text selected. So you will be able to add to with the modified to with the multiple line text. You'll see with the text editor. Reopen the text edit context with the tab that appear with the top with making you all your desired changes. 732 for the quick property show for the quick property either the single line, multiple line text simply with the clear with the desired text. See if there's something like the following text in below with the picture single line text, the MN, multiple line text, or M text. If you change the following layer content with the top with the annotated with the yes or no with the justification height with the rotation angle select with a single line text with a multiple line text, right click, then switch with the property option with something like the following text below with the pictures being single line text with multiple line text. As you can see above the pictures, you can add anything related to the selected property text. The property of the M multiple line text include with the option to add the text frame and around with the button text. Your text will look like the following. For any constructional questions, please ask English Gubty. Editing using grips. You've been gripping showing with the starting point of the baseline and any one of the justification points. Using may see only in the case of the bullet points coinciding in single line text. You'll see. This is my first text. Whereas the single line of grip appear with the justification point, multiple line text select with the lower example, the justification point is TL. You will see with the two in the triangle with the one with the lower part and one on the right side. With the lower part with the triangle will allow you to cut your multiple line text to the column, simply stretch it and see with the text with the cut into the two column with the triangle over the right will allow with the increase with the decrease horizontal distance, hence with the increase with the decreasing the height of the text. If you click with a multiple line, multi-column text, you will see with the same thing with the first column on the left, except for the arrow at the bottom of the moving downward instead of the upward. Both of the other columns, we'll see with an arrow with the right side, with the last column on the right, and with addition with a normal arrow with the right, you'll see an arrow with the lower right-hand corner, which will allow with the whole text to increase with the decrease of the width with the height with the one shot. Check the following illustration. 7.4. Spell check, find and replace. What you while you are the text editor, check you can spell check with the find with the replace. But if you're not defined text editor, you can spell check with the find and replace. The answer to the question is yes. Autocad will spell check not only with the whole drawing and current text, but you can also check with the current space and layout while discussing chapter 9. Any desired select the text, the issue of the text spelling command with the annotate the tab, locate text panel, and click the text spelling button. Alright, you see the following dialog box showing specs on command line spell. Where to check with non-dictionary suggestions, demanding dictionary, add dictionary, ignore all, change your dictionary settings, undo, and close, and help. AutoCAD finds a misspelled word will give you the use addition proper replacement. Can simply ignore AutoCAD findings. Also, AutoCAD can find any word and part of the word and replace it with an entire drawing file. If you find and replace with the command with the annotate tab of the text with the command with the desired word will replace with the find text field shown below. And then click small of the button at the right. Type here the text you want to find and then replace. You can see the dialog box. Under replace with the type of the new words you want to replace, select the one following choices, find, replace, and replace all when you're done. Practice 7.3, chapter review answers, chapter 8, dimensioning.